So I want to make a short little video here talking about a sort of a new show which is on Netflix right now. It's called F is for Family, and I have watched all of the episodes. There's only like 6 on there right now. Um, but it's a show about this family, of course, and it's kind of like a vulgar, kind of comedy, which that's the kind of comedy I like. I think it's really funny. It's a great show. This kind of made me think about something. The um, intro to that show that plays every single episode is of that young is the dad. He's the young guy. He's the dad as a young guy with a graduation cap, throws it off, and then he starts flying in the air, and he gets drafted into the army for the Korean War, which you find out. But it shows him with a military uniform on, and then he gets older, gets his gets all his different things, and gets family, gets a house, all this stuff, and he gets half bald hair and a bigger stomach, and how he basically it ends by him falling in front of his house with his wife and his 3 kids. So that kind of made me think about the American dream and as to what that is. The American dream, I think, is this kind of amorphous, nebulous thing which we try to think about as making it, as in having a house and having a family and having a good job that you don't love but are cool with, I guess, which can help you make your money. And I guess what I'm thinking about with respect to this show is the American dream really a dream? And he seems like if you watch this show, you will know that he's not a happy. He's not a happy camper. Some things do make him happy, such as his television. However, he's not really a happy camper. He fights with his wife a lot. He yells at his 2 sons and daughter. Well, not as much as daughter, but his 2 sons. He's just really not a happy guy. And it's just like, I feel like this idea of the American dream, I think via this example, and I think there's a lot of examples in daily life and people that you meet who have a family, have a house, have kids and a wife and all that stuff, and they basically they're not the happiest people. I know people like that right now who have a good job but that they don't love, and yet they they have what is called the American dream, but they're not really happy. So is this really a dream? Is this really something that everybody wants? Maybe we want to. I mean, it's of course, I think it is an indication that we can't all get everything that we want. I know that just as much as anybody does, that you cannot get everything you want. I had one big dream, which I have given up on in order to just go on with my life, and that dream was, in fact, getting a graduate degree in philosophy and being a professor. And I still might do that later on. It's possible for me to do that later on in my life. But in 2015, in the middle of 2015, I pretty much called it quits. As many of you who have been with me within the last year know that. I've posted videos talking about things. So, I think this American dream can be sort of collapsed in on itself as not being really anything that you necessarily want. I think for one thing, you have to recognize that you cannot get everything you want, and having people get fixated on certain things. People get fixated on, oh my god, if I had this, I would be happy. If I had a family and a house, I'd be happy. And it kind of it comes down to the root of what happiness is, what it means to be happy. You have to recognize in life that Number one, you're not going to get everything you want, and you have to make peace with that. You have to make peace with the fact that happiness doesn't come with having any one certain thing or situation. And secondly, you have to make peace with your life no matter what is going on in your life. And I'm not trying to say that if you're a burn victim and you don't have any skin, that you're supposed to just, oh, be all happy, I'm not saying that. I'm trying to just say that you are supposed to make peace with what you got. And if you can do that, then you will be in a really good spot. If you can go after good goals, reasonable goals, and goals that you can achieve. If you read any self-help book, they will tell you to set goals that you can actually achieve, short-term goals, and then make more goals as you achieve those smaller ones. And you also have to make peace with who you are and what you got. Try to achieve more things and change something about yourself. Like, let's say you want to lose weight, or you want to change your appearance a little bit. You can do that. But if you're 300 pounds and you want to be 150 pounds, that's most likely not going to happen. I mean, it's possible, but you have to make peace with what you got. You have to set goals, reasonable goals, and try to achieve them. You have to be peaceful and happy with what you got while trying to achieve bigger and better things. So I guess that's my little rant about that. So tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below.